You're listening to the legendary podcaster, the one, the only, T-Jam D. Your personal favorite, and the show you've been waiting for. Probably Offensive.
Welcome to Probably Offensive, another exciting episode of your favorite podcast and mine. So I'm going to start the show off. I'm going to have to start the show off. I don't have to, but I'm going to start the show off with your COVID update. It seems like we've been doing it so long, that's just going to be the way the show goes. But it will not always be the case until we get past this corona pandemic. Then I will start off the show letting you know, those of you who are listening, where exactly we are with the pandemic. So right now in the U.S., and I'll tell you nationwide, I'm coming to you from the great state of Ohio, but I'm not going to tell you the numbers in Ohio. I'll tell you nationwide, this is where we are. Number-wise, 4.2 million cases of coronavirus and 146,000 deaths of coronavirus. Now, earlier today, I seen a clip of a speech that President Trump gave concerning coronavirus, where he was patting himself on the back, talking about how great of a job that he was doing with coronavirus and how terrible of a job that Obama done with H1N1 and some of these other viruses that hit while Obama was in office, even though we have 146,000 people who have died from coronavirus, and I think it was 17,000 that died from H1N1 when Obama was in the office. He still says he's doing a great job and Obama done a terrible job, which is like, dude, are you listening to yourself? You're making a fool out of yourself saying this on national TV, mind you, after the job that you've done. I mean, I don't even know. Well, he has to talk about coronavirus. He doesn't want to talk about it. He wants to distract us and send federal police officers to different areas of the country, sending federal police officers into Portland to clean up protesters and making the situation worse. He wants things to get violent, so we'll have something else to talk about besides coronavirus and the fact that he's done a terrible job. And he keeps bragging about shutting the border down when coronavirus first started. And I don't know, maybe it's just me. I wouldn't be bragging about something that didn't work. It was a good thing for him to do, but it didn't work, and he didn't do anything else. He still hasn't taken any other measures to slow the spread. He just pretty much made fun of the doctors and the scientists and said that they were alarmist. That they were getting the country all riled up for nothing. Which turned out to be false, because coronavirus is very real. Even people who don't die from it, they catch it And they are not having fun, that's for sure. They're not having a good time. The after effects, from what I heard, are terrible. What it does to you, your lungs. So, people who got coronavirus, they're not having a good time. They're having an awful time. But we're still in the middle of the pandemic. There's one thing I heard, I don't know how true it is, but I heard it on a health report, and that is basil. Basil, something that you put, it's a season that you put on food. Now, I don't use basil very often, and whenever I have eaten any basil, it wasn't because of me. It was because someone else put it on my salad, or, go to one of these restaurants that we used to go to before the pandemic hit. Or someone else cooks something and they use basil. But from what I heard, basil will kill the coronavirus. Now, I don't know if you can eat enough basil if you coronavirus positive, if you've tested positive. But I was watching a program earlier today, and they were talking about basil being put onto food because it's a effectiveness with coronavirus. So, for those of you who want to buy something that might help you with coronavirus, check out basil and look it up. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. Google it. Basil and its effect on coronavirus. Find out for yourself. You might like it. Who knows? Here's a few items that I meant to talk about last week, but I really didn't get to it. I didn't get to talk about it. I ran out of time or skipped over it. But one of them was the president's niece and the book that she has written. And the president's niece does not have a lot of good things to say about the president. She's got a lot of terrible things to say about who he is. She says he's a racist, but she also said that he was stupid, that he wasn't smart. She didn't say any of those words. She didn't say, my uncle is an idiot. She didn't say that. She said that he paid someone to take his SATs. That he didn't get into college on his own. And that him running the country was pretty much, I'm paraphrasing, she said him running the country was a bad idea. That he never should have been elected president. That he doesn't know what he's doing. And that he's just pretty much just conned everyone. But a lot of people know that already. They do. But when you hear it from a family member, then that means something. It means a little more than just you and I looking at the guy or giving our opinion as a citizen. When somebody when someone says, when someone is a family member and says, hey, the president sucks, basically what his niece said, and she's a psychologist. She's a professional licensed psychologist, so she's educated. So that may hold a little bit more water than the average person or political pundit, analyst, or whoever might not appreciate the job that the president's doing, but will tell you that he sucks. His niece agrees with him. Speaking of politics, which I don't know if you can put the coronavirus in the category of politics, but it pretty much is politics. I don't know. Even though it's affecting everything we do anymore right now in the country or just in our lives. Coronavirus is affecting our decisions. The Congress and the Senate are set to, they're still debating on the second stimulus package. And I don't know what they're hung up on, but it's been reported that the second stimulus package has been already agreed upon in Congress, has gone to the Senate, and now the Senate is haggling with the president about what exactly will be in the bill, what exactly will be a part of the stimulus package that they will ratify sometime soon, maybe, probably. The people who were getting the extra $600 as part of the unemployment, that's going to run out in a few days. It's 7/26. It's the 26th today, so at the end of the month, which pretty much means it's over. I don't think they get another check before the end of the month is over. There's only, 4 days left before the end of the month. So that $600 is pretty much over with unless they get some kind of extension on that, which I never liked that $600 anyway. I think giving it to people ever, I don't think you need to give them $600 when they were laid off. I mean, an extra $600 on top of whatever else unemployment that they were getting. That's just my opinion, because that does incentivize people to try to stay off work as long as possible. If you were getting $300 on unemployment, that's probably not enough. But if they add another $600 onto it, you're getting $900 a week now. So that's more than you were making when you were working. You're definitely going to try to stay unemployed if you can. Now, a lot of these employers have been told to offer the jobs back to people, and if they refuse, to let them know so they can get cut off of the unemployment. So your employer will tell on you. They don't have a choice. They'll be penalized if they don't tell on you. So if you get your job offered back to you, you got to go back to work, or else you're going to be in trouble with the government. In other political news, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, nicknamed AOC, her initials is AOC, was harassed, not sexually, but just harassed in general, by I don't know if this guy, Ted Yoho, is a senator or a congressman. I think he's a congressman, because AOC, I'm pretty sure she's a congressman, not a